All right. So welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 80smurf44. So today, guys, we're doing a special video on the channel with my good friend of mine, FB7 Games. And today we'll be breaking down the Asian Cup 2023 mock draw and dream draw, man. So FB7 Games, how are you feeling, man? How are you feeling?
Well, it's exciting times for the continent of Asia. It's a new Asian Cup. It's been like 4 years since the last time it was played. Qatar are the reigning champions and they're the host for this one. So we have adventures ahead of us. They hosted the World Cup and they're hoping to do like better than in here than what they did in the World Cup itself. But there's like lots of big teams in this one, so it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Very much looking forward to it. And the draw is coming out in May 11th at, I think it's like 2 p.m. Doha time, I think.
Yeah.
Which is very early for me, so I will not be able to do a live reaction or anything like that. In fact, I probably won't be able to react to the draw until after I get back from work. So it'll be very, very early for me. I do apologize, like I said, guys. It's just life gets in the way, and it's on a weekday as well. So it's very unfortunate. But I'll definitely talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it in the channel when the time comes, man. And yeah, man, it's gonna be very interesting because I think it's like I think Qatar is like 7 hours ahead of the U.S. I believe. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be very, very early in the morning. I think it's like actually I could do a quick Google search, I guess. So that's like 7 a.m. man. 7 a.m. Eastern time.
7 a.m.
Yeah, it's very early, man. Very, very early.
It's
So
very early.
yeah. Anyways, we're gonna do our dream draw and then we'll do the mock draw as well. So like I said, if you're new out here, considering the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, as I'll be covering the Asian Cup, which will be taking place next year in January 2024, which of course will coincide with the AFCON. So hopefully, will the dates actually clash or you don't actually know?
The Asian Cup final is 1 day before the AFCON final.
Oh, it's gonna be there's gonna be a lot of coverage that's gonna be on the channel. And obviously we
Yeah.
also have club football. It's also going on man, January's gonna be insane. January's gonna be insane. Just saying this right now, guys. And so yeah, man, I'm very much looking forward to it, man. Very much looking forward to it. So, um, yeah, let's go ahead and get started with the mock draw. So I'll put time description below, guys. Time description below. So we're gonna
Let's
start.
go.
We're gonna start with the mock draw. So let me write this down in my notebook. Here we go, guys. So we're gonna start with the first group here. So this
The
is
dream draw.
so we're doing dream draw. Dream draw first. My bad, not mock draw. Yeah, dream draw. So I mean, what's your thoughts? This is a group that I think is very interesting. So what's your initial thoughts at B7 Games?
Well, I mean, I'm interested to see how Malaysia do in this tournament because they're like a rising team. The, like they, I don't know how to say, but they weren't like as good like back in the days, but they're very rising. Like they're doing well in the Asian Champions League. You can see like Johor, they made the Asian Champions League round of 16. I think they'll do well. Hopefully, they do well in this tournament. They're gonna they have a good national team, and hopefully they'll rise. You also have Qatar and Bahrain, two Gulf sides. Bahrain, of course, they're on the rise. I say they're a dark horse. They have a good coach. Qatar, they're a bit falling, but this Asian Cup, it could be like their savior to their bad form. And Jordan are like a very good team. They're like underrated, but can they like perform? Because sometimes like they fail to do so. But I hope they do well as well.
Yeah, I what's really interesting for me in this group is that the second place is very difficult to call. Second and third. I think obviously first is very straightforward. I think we all expect Qatar to top the group. But I think what's going to be interesting is who's going to get that second place because for me, there's not like a clear favorite. I think it's very much up in the air. Would you say so?
Yeah, I'd say so as well.
So that's what's very interesting with this group. Like I said, it could come down to the final match day. All teams are tied in the same points, and then goal difference separates. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, barring Qatar, I mean, so that would be pretty interesting to say the least. Anyways, let's move
Yeah.
on to Group B here. Group B, we have South Korea, Uzbekistan, Vietnam, and Thailand. I'll go first in saying this right now that obviously we expect South Korea to top the group. That's very obvious. Second place, though, is very interesting because you have Vietnam, Uzbekistan, Thailand, that's also in the mix. Vietnam has kind of been improving over the years. They made the World Cup qualifiers final stage last season. I know they were pretty bad. I know they didn't really do well, but you be a little you got to get them some slack because this was the first time they competed in that stage, and they did themselves well. They got a victory over China, which was huge for them. and obviously Uzbekistan and Thailand are no pushover. So it's gonna be very interesting to see who gets a second place.
Yeah, yeah. I see this. I see Vietnam against Thailand. That's obviously going to be a very big clash for Southeast Asians in general because
Yeah,
you never they like they are a rising region in the in the football industry in Southeast Asia, and having like Vietnam against Thailand in the Asian Cup would be like a historic moment for them, and it'd be exciting for them to see what happens in that game. We also have Uzbekistan who like they didn't make the World Cup final stage, but we all know how good they can be, and they should like make it. I'd say they should make it far because if they don't, it'll be a very disappointment by them. But anyone can advance from this group.
yeah. That's what I like about this group, and it's very interesting. I like the point you brought up, Southeast Asia. I think Vietnam was actually the first Southeast Asia nation to win like a World Cup qualifying game in the final stage. I believe I heard that stat. I think
Yeah,
so. Which is a very interesting. So let's see if Vietnam can continue their good form, and let's see if Thailand and Uzbekistan can challenge them. And obviously, as we mentioned earlier, South Korea. It's kind of like similar to the Qatar group in that the sense that South Korea is a clear favorites, and it's a matter of who's going to get that second and third place in this group. Because guys, the best four third place teams advance, so that
very
can be very
key.
interesting. Group C. I think you should start off with this group because obviously you support United Emirates.
Well, there's like this is a very mixed group because there's like Saudi Arabia. They're like we saw in the World Cup, they beat Argentina, they beat the winners. But if you like look into them, they're secretly like falling inside. You can see that they sacked Hervé Renard. He didn't even get sacked. He left for
Yeah,
French women. They didn't have like a good March friendlies, so it's interesting for them because they might be in a downward spiral because they actually need a striker, but they still beat Argentina in the World Cup. So I guess it's like mixed feelings for them. UAE, they're actually in. I'd say they're in falling form because they got knocked out in the group stage for the Gulf Cup. Kyrgyzstan, they just changed their coach, and I mean they didn't have a good March friendlies as well. But Hong Kong was like they were one of the shock qualifiers, but Hong Kong could surprise us, but you never know. So there's gonna be it's like a very form falling group, but it's gonna be an interesting group as well, I think.
yeah. I think it's fair to say that there's no team that's like all the teams are like there's like some changes going on with the dressing room. There's like it feels as though that all the teams are kind of like falling apart in some ways. Obviously Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia, like as good as that win was against Argentina, I do feel like in some ways that actually was kind of what it was like called. I feel like they got a little too carried away with the win, and I feel like that
yeah,
actually kind of messed up with their other group games against Poland and Mexico. And I feel like in some ways that actually um they got a little too carried away with it. Obviously, you should be happy. I'm not saying you shouldn't be happy, but it feels as though that win just they just went the rest of the games they just didn't have the same motivation, you know.
yeah,
And obviously, United Emirates, it's not looking that great. There's not a lot of young players in the team, I believe,
yeah.
and
It's a very
yeah, and this will probably be the last tournament for the legendary striker Ali Mahmoud, right?
maybe.
Yeah, and the Kyrgyzstan we know, and yeah, Hong Kong. So yeah, I mean, I just think that for me, it's going to be very interesting to see what happens in this group. But yeah, I mean, we expect Saudi Arabia to top, obviously, and that second place. I mean, well, I would say United Emirates should get second. I wouldn't be surprised to see them get third in this group. And
Yeah,
um, yeah, that's going to be interesting
uh,
there.
yeah. It's gonna be interesting as well. The game between Saudi Arabia and the UAE because it's a Arab Gulf derby.
Oh yeah, Arab Derby. Yeah, that's another good point. Group D. Oh, oh my
This
God, this group. Oh, geez, this is too insane.
yeah. We have China and India and Australia and Palestine.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, we have the two most populous nations of the world going against each other, China, India. And
Yeah.
actually, have China, India played against each other recent times? Because I don't think they have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember a game between them, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be exciting between those two teams.
Yeah. And then Palestine as well, obviously there's a lot of things going on behind the country which we're not going to get into, but you know, they're also on the rise as well. And obviously Australia,
Yeah,
we know how good they are. They qualified in a very difficult group in the World Cup. With
Yeah.
reigning champions, and then obviously the high flying Denmark, and they managed to pull
Yeah.
through and put up a pretty competitive game against Argentina.
Yeah, they nearly got a late equalizer against Argentina, so
Yeah.
they could hoping for the glory in this tournament.
Yeah, Australia is definitely one of the favorites. And that second place, man, second place is really tough because I'm not like, for me, China should do it, but like I'm not 100% convinced. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
because you never know. Palestine and India, they can sneak as well because they're also good at football, but
Yeah,
you never know. I think the China, Palestine, India, any of one of them, like two of them can advance, maybe one of them can advance, but it's gonna be a very good group if it happens in real life.
yeah, and obviously, this will probably Suno Chetri's last tournament, I would imagine.
Yeah, unfortunately, but India, they're a rising nation. There was many Indians present at Qatar 2022. So India, if they do the same thing for the support of their national team, who knows? Maybe they could surprise it. They could go far.
Yeah. Group E, the penultimate group: Japan, Oman, Lebanon, Tajikistan. Japan and Oman meet against each other. As we all guys know, Oman defeated Japan away from home on the World Cup qualifiers match day 1. And yeah, and obviously Lebanon as well, made the final World Cup qualifiers, and Tajikistan there, to add
They're a
surprise.
rising nation.
Yeah, they're on the rise as
Tajikistan are
well.
very, yeah, Tajikistan, a rising nation. Lebanon, they've like been a good team in the Asian scene, but they've struggled to make it past like the group stage, but a few times in the Asian Cup. But you never know. Yeah, I got faith in like every team in this group because it's gonna
Yeah,
be exciting. It's gonna be interesting.
yeah, and Oman, they're one of the dark horses we might see in the next World Cup potentially. So we'll see if they can
Yeah,
qualify. But yeah, I'm really keen to see how they perform in the Asian Cup, because what they did in that World Cup qualifying group was commendable. Beating Japan away from home is a very difficult task. Many nations have not been able to do that, and we know how good Japan is. I think it's fair to say Japan is the best nation in Asia right now at the current moment, you would say.
yeah,
So yeah, man, very
it's
interesting.
gonna be interesting indeed.
Yeah, and the final group here, Iran,
It's a
Iraq. Of
big
course, we
one.
had to do it, man. We had to do it. I mean, it's just become a norm at this point.
I mean, it's a big game between these two sides. There, a big border. There's a big tensions, I guess. But I mean, I'd love to see this game happen, and Syria as well. And like they're a very good side. Indonesia, they're a rising nation against Southeast Asia. So I'd say this group is one. Could be considered the group of death, but
Ooh.
there's many else you could see.
Yeah, so that's it for the dream draw, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy that part. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the mock draw. Before we do so, though, let me get the teams. Let me go over the teams of each pot. So AFC Asian Cup 2023. And let's see how many teams you get correctly in the dream draw, just for fun. So I'm going to copy and paste the nations here. I'll also put the flags as well, I guess. And yeah, let me go ahead and share my screen there. Hopefully you guys can see it right here. And yeah, I'm going to write this down in my thing. So FB7, can you write this down, or I can write this down? Actually, can you write this down actually for me?
Okay, I'll write this down.
Okay. So let me go ahead and change this to mock draw. So yeah, actually, you know what? I could write this down, I guess, if you can't. Yeah. I'll just write in the private chat, I guess. Okay. So we're ready to get started. Remember, Qatar. Actually, we gotta take Qatar off because they're gonna be in Group A anyway. So I'll take Qatar off. So, though, of course, is the host nation. So let's see who's gonna be in Group B.
Can you check in the private chat something?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
But just give us a few seconds, guys.
Hello.
Okay, sorry about that,
I'm
guys.
back.
Yeah, we had to do something real quick. Okay, so anyways, Group B, South Korea.
Okay. South Korea. Damn. Exciting.
Yeah, South Korea. So I'm gonna put Qatar.
I'll do it for you if you want. So,
Yeah, just write it down for me. Yeah. Actually, I'll write it. Okay, Korea Republic. Okay. Group C. Who's gonna be in
see,
Group C,
interesting.
guys? Group C is going to be
Australia.
Australia. Okay, interesting.
Mm,
All right. Group
Group D.
D. Who's going to be in Group D is going to be
Japan.
Japan. Japan's Group D. Group E. Oh shoot, I forgot to write down. When did we start the dream mock draw?
I don't remember. I guess 15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say like 15. We'll start at like 15. I forgot to write that down.
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, man. And obviously Iran will be in Group F.
Iran.
Okay, so let me go ahead and put the Group Pot 2 nations. All right. Let's go and do this.
Here we go. Who's with Qatar?
Who's going to join Qatar? It's
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan.
It's interesting.
Okay.
I think they're
Qatar,
planning to put
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan in the dream draw, but we didn't. But I mean, Qatar and Uzbekistan. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting if that happens. Who's with Korea? Oman.
Ooh, interesting.
Big game. Let's see who's with Australia. Australia. Iraq.
Oh my God. Australia, Iraq.
I think it's gonna be very close to Australia, Iraq.
Man, I remember I did the Iraq save on Twitch, on Football Manager. I hate playing against Australia. I just got so mad at them. Group D, man. Group D. China. Okay. Japan and China. That's interesting. Okay. Group E. Jordan. I'm going to write this down while FP7 is taking care of stuff. Jordan.
Sorry, I'm back now.
That's fine. And
Okay.
the Group F. United Emirates. So.
Oh, it's Iran and the UAE.
Yes. You're happy with that? As a.
No. Iran's very good, especially against their Arab rivals.
Yeah.
Middle Eastern rivals.
Yes.
Interesting. I'll continue doing the thing.
So we're now pot 3, guys. Pot 3 nations.
Qatar, Uzbekistan. Kyrgyzstan. Interesting.
Ooh. Interesting. Qatar, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan. Somebody stands that group.
I had to delete Kyrgyzstan.
I forgot to take Kyrgyzstan off.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, we don't draw them again.
Korea, Oman, Palestine.
Wow. Hey, let me take Kyrgyzstan off now. Okay, here we go. Group C.
Who's with Australia and Iraq?
Is it going to be Vietnam or Lebanon? Oh, it's Lebanon.
Iraq versus Lebanon is going to be an interesting game, I think.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's going to be. So far, I think we've got an interesting draw. Who's with Japan and China?
Vietnam.
Ooh. And I guess Vietnam. That's going to be fun to watch.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. Dude, this dream draw is looking nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, not dream draw, mock draw. Why do you keep saying dream?
Saudi Arabia and Jordan and Bahrain. We're getting a full Arab group here.
And so it's going to be Syria. Oh, my God.
Oh, my days. Iran, UAE, and Syria.
Wow.
Big group. And finally, pot now.
Final pot.
Let's see who's with Qatar, Uzbekistan, and Kyrgyzstan. Thailand.
Thailand. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
very interesting.
Yeah, then we'll give like our overall thoughts to the mock draw group after we do this.
India was with Palestine, Oman, and Korea.
Mm. We had India, Palestine, or mock draw. Sorry, dream draw.
Yeah. Who's in Group C? Australia, Iraq, and Lebanon.
Australia, man. Indonesia.
Indonesia. Interesting. Very interesting. Australia against Indonesia is going to be fun, I guess. A very rival group, I guess.
And then Group D.
Japan, China, Vietnam. I hope we get Hong Kong in this one because. Ooh, is it going to be Tajikistan? It is going to be Tajikistan.
Yes.
I secretly wanted it to get Hong Kong because China versus Hong Kong.
Yeah. And that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Bahrain, and Vietnam.
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
All right. And last is Hong Kong. Hong Kong's gonna be in Iran, UAE, Syria, Hong Kong.
Yeah.
All right, let's just give our thoughts on each group real quick. Just give a brief thought. So, Group A: Qatar, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Thailand. I mean, for me, I think it's an interesting group. I'm really interested to see who gets that second place between Uzbekistan and Thailand.
Yeah,
I think it'll be interesting.
I think if like Qatar versus Uzbekistan or Qatar versus Thailand is an opening game, I think we're gonna be in an exciting Asian Cup. But
Yeah.
like Kyrgyzstan, they might have like in bad form, but they got a new coach, they got new beginnings. You know, they have 9 months to prepare, and maybe they could like get something out of it.
Yeah. All right.
Group B.
Group B, we have Korea, Republic, Oman, Palestine, India. I mean, this is interesting, man. This is interesting.
I'm looking like Oman could shock, India could shock, Palestine could shock, but I think Korea is the favorite. But those other three teams, they're very close.
Yeah. Group C, Australia, Iraq, Lebanon, Indonesia.
Oh, Australia against Iraq is huge because Iraq, they won the Gulf Cup. They're a very good national team. They've had very good youth performances. So it's going to be close. It's going to be very close.
Yeah, Zidane Iqbal. Yeah. I mean, I'm keen to see who that. I think that third place is interesting. Lebanon, Indonesia. I think that's interesting to see who gets third between those two. In my opinion.
It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Then Group D, China. I'm sorry. What is it?
Japan.
It's Japan, China, Vietnam, Tajikistan. I don't know why I say China for. Sorry.
Yeah, China against Vietnam is going to be very interesting. I'm excited if that happens because
yeah, that's really difficult. I think it's a 50-50 between those two for second place. Even Tajikistan, they might pull up they might.
Tajikistan, they're rising team. They might shock us in the Asian Cup. They're a dark horse, I think.
Yeah, there's always upset in the group stage. At the Group E, we have Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Bahrain, Malaysia.
Oh, it's an exciting group again. Saudi Arabia and Bahrain, two Gulf sides. You have Jordan as well, an Arab side. You have Malaysia. I mean, it's a Muslim majority group. Malaysia is going to be exciting to watch in this tournament, I think. Bahrain and Malaysia, they faced each other in qualifiers and they're like facing each other 500 times, I guess. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And the final group, we have Iran, UAE, Syria, Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's a very big group, this one. I mean, I feel bad for Hong Kong because they might have like gotten into like three of the best teams in the three pots. So I'd be surprised if they made it, but they're gonna be like the Costa Rica and the England, Italy, Uruguay group, but probably not. But Iran, UAE, and Syria, it's a very tough group. But I think Iran should top it. But UAE against Syria is gonna be hard again. They face each other in the Arab Cup and the World Cup qualifiers. They're also like facing each other like 7,000 times throughout.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. It's interesting. So thank you, FB7, for coming on, giving your thoughts on the Asian Cup. Like I said, guys, I'll try to do reaction to the draw. I'll probably do like a video thing. Probably when I get back from maybe I might do it before I go to work. I don't know. We'll have to see. It depends if I can do quickly, but it'll be a very short video, like around 5 to 10 minutes. I'll see whatever I can for that particular day. And like I said, guys, we're new out here. Consider the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Comment below your thoughts, comment section below of your dream draw and also the mock draw as well. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Also check out me in the description below. And yeah, considering the notification bell also to get notified whenever we go live and upload videos, and also become a member of the channel to get access to members' videos. And yeah, like I said, man, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.